All right, everyone, we are here with two very special guests. We are joined by your winners of Love Island USA, Amaya and Bryan. Yay! Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We are so excited. I voted for you guys to win, so I'm
Yes.
super,
So
super
much.
Yes,
excited.
you were
Thank you.
hi,
Absolutely.
family.
Both
Yes.
of, both of our winners, we were
Yes.
so excited. That's how it went down. And it must be absolutely insane right now. Have you guys slept at all? I know you've been doing so much press. Amaya, I've seen you everywhere. You guys are on the Today Show. Maya's on Call Her Daddy. It's crazy. How are you guys doing?
Dude, like we're really trying to catch up
Yeah,
with sleep while also just being appreciative of everything that's going on right now. But yeah, we definitely do need our beauty rest probably later today.
yeah, we're still running on Fiji time, so
Yes.
we're adjusting still and with the schedule and everything. But
Yeah,
grateful.
I'm sure. And you guys are on TikTok Live. You're on Instagram. You're TikTok. It's all over the place. What's the plans leading into the rest of the week and the weekend? Do you think you're gonna take some downtime, or are you like give us every opportunity possible right now?
We might do a little bit of a downtime. But definitely it's all about balance, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah, I think the
Definitely.
last days have been like back to back stuff, and we definitely plan on taking some downtime and really enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super exciting. We're so happy for you guys. And, you've had quite the journey in the villa, Amaya, especially you, an up and down roller coaster. What has your reaction been now? Because as we got to the end of the show, I think you were a little more cued in on how America was feeling about you with some of the games and being clued in on how we felt. But now actually being out of the villa and seeing it, did any of it, was it made aware to you in your head while you were there and then kind of like matching up now that you're out of the villa?
To be honest, like it felt just amazing to feel seen and to feel supported. Like back in the villa, I wasn't even like I had no knowledge until the whole burst your bubble challenge came. But from that challenge moving on forward, I did feel so supported and felt understood in many ways. So I'm like, okay, like Amaya just being Amaya and she's not crazy or a black sheep for it, you know? Like there's a lot of people who resonates with me and my over the top personality, which we love.
Exactly. And we do love it. And I think we got to see you feel 100% comfortable, which was so nice because it just kept feeling like these guys you were getting coupled up with at first it would be good and then they would kind of knock you down a little bit and take you down and it was just totally on them. And we get this during the stand on business, the male challenge, and everyone's kind of saying their thoughts. And Bryan, that's when you chimed in and defended Amaya. Why do you think like that was the time you felt like you needed to do that? Like, did it feel like those guys really needed to be shut down a little bit?
Yeah, it was honestly just natural. It was like a 3-on-1 at that point, and she was really standing her ground pretty impressively. And yeah, it just felt natural. And just the stuff they're coming at is just our culture, pretty much, like calling each other mi vida, mi amor. Like that's just how we talk. So it was like when they were trying to shut that down, I just didn't really agree with it.
Yeah, and I think we all loved watching you stand up for Amaya in that moment. And Amaya, we saw towards the beginning when you coupled up with Ace right off the bat, Ace chose you and then immediately it was like this fight right away. And we're like, wait, what? This all just happened so fast. And he didn't want to be called babe. And then I have to admit, like there were parts where it was kind of funny when he didn't want to be called babe, but then you still called him babe. And then you were like getting upset with yourself and you're like, no, like why did I just say that? But it was like just a weird dynamic because he did choose you. So you must have just felt so confused, like he chose me.
I mean, like me and Ace are cool now, don't get me wrong, but at that moment I'm like, yo, wait, what is going on, bro? Like, can we ask about your favorite color? No, it was like every conversation was a new boundary that came up, and I'm like, yo, and keep in mind that I don't expect any person to change, so I don't want nobody to make me feel like I need to change for myself, and that includes the way I talk and my lingo. So for me to have to constantly think before I speak and be like, oh no, I shouldn't be using certain terms. That's when I knew I was like, you know what, this connection should not be continue on
Hmm.
romantically in
Yeah.
that level. Like the man that's for me is going to accept me for who I am and love those things about
Hmm.
me.
Yeah.
I mean, the memes that we got out of this, and especially like just my favorite enemies at one point, when you would do like you did the thumbs down during the
Oh,
challenge
yeah.
that is just being used everywhere now was so good and so funny. And yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It was so good. And honestly, it warmed my heart a little bit. I think in the maybe the second to last episode or last episode, we heard you call Brian babe just like very quickly. And it was a small little thing, but it made me happy because I'm like, she's comfortable with Brian,
Yeah.
which was really, really exciting to see. So we want to talk about your guys' journey and how you ended up together. And Brian, you standing up for Amaya. Amaya, was it in that moment that it clicked to you? Ooh, maybe there's something here with Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I always had like a crush on him. I always thought he was physically attracted, and I did like his personality, but at that moment, it definitely gave me the courage to want to like put myself out there with him and to explore what we could potentially have.
Yeah, and Brian, you were in, other couples and you were exploring while you were in the Ville as well. When was the moment that you were like, "Oh, this could be something romantic with Amaya?"
Yeah, honestly, I went in to Love Island really wanting to do the full experience, like explore as many people as I could. And honestly, it changed within our first conversation. I was like, oh, like we have a lot of similarities. Like we match each other's energy, understand each other. The craziness I loved. A lot of people didn't really like love it, and I loved it. But the conversation that really changed everything was our conversation on the dock. I'll never forget that. I think that was when we really took that next step, and it was like, oh, I really like this girl.
Hmm. And then you guys were chosen to go into the hideaway, which was so
Mhm.
exciting. And we saw a lot of it, and we saw a lot of excitement too. Take us through getting ready for that, Amaya. Like you find out you're going to the hideaway. What's the process?
Oh my God. Well, listen, like the girls definitely, the girls definitely helped prepared me. They were amping me up, making me feel sexy. I ran inside of the shower to shave.
A
Relatable,
must. Yes.
relatable.
I was like, hold the fuck on. I gotta make sure that the forest is clear. It was really, really good though. It was like it was a really nice moment.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
And
really was.
and Brian, how about for you going into the hideaway? What was, besides getting that private time, especially at night together, what was a main goal of going into the hideaway coming out of it?
That was our like vacation. We called it
Yeah.
our first one. I think
Yeah.
honestly, it's different when you're spending time with someone with a group around and just y'all two. So honestly, I'll never forget just that time. I remember the morning of like we just sat down in front of the water and basically just heard the water, just talked, like hugging each other, and just that's a moment that like I'll cherish forever for.
Yeah. Was it nice to get that time apart because it did seem like this season it was funny. There was a lot of, noises and kisses at night in the bedroom and everybody's got something going on. What's it like sleeping in that room with everybody? And can you kind of clock like which of the beds is making the most noises?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. I
yeah,
mean,
we got some blame for it too.
we're not that innocent.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
for sure at every morning. So yeah,
Yeah.
Like being in the hideaway was just more intimate,
yeah.
and it really felt like we were away, which we weren't, but we're like totally away from the other islanders.
Yeah.
Which I think it's amazing because I feel like that was like a test to see if we could spend like quality time together and still vibe with it.
Yeah.
Because when you're back in the villa, let's say you're done having a conversation with him or you don't want to speak to him, you could just easily speak to whoever else. But being in the hideaway was just like, no, you're here for X amount of time,
Hmm.
just you and him. So that's when I was like, okay, like we can actually do this.
You know, say you don't never have a test until you have a trip with somebody, and that was like our mini trip of just us two, pretty much.
Yeah, that is true. Now, we saw towards the end of the season, things just moved quickly naturally when it got to the end because there was a lot of exploring going on prior to that. But from the hideaway, just a little bit after that, the families came in. And when your guys' family showed up, honestly, I was crying while watching it. I thought it was so beautiful and so exciting at the same time. And your families were just so excited for the both of you. How much did that mean to you guys?
Oh, that meant the world just seeing our because we were the first ones up, and they came on a screen, and right away I was usually we switched roles on this one. I was the one crying, and she was the one laughing. So and then like the connection went out, and they played it very well, and then we just got a push from our families, and
Yeah.
y'all seen our reaction with that.
It was like really beautiful because like Brian and I values our family opinions a lot. So for them to see our connection and to be supportive of it was like, wow, like this is amazing.
Yeah.
It was so great to watch the families get along and everybody hype each other up and realize that that connection is genuine. Amaya, you mentioned the bubble challenge and everyone's putting each other in order, and you kind of really get to see how America was feeling after that. Was it a little harder to kind of decipher if people were being genuine? Because, we saw Zach do like the quickest 180 to be like, oh no, everything's good. Everything's good. I take back everything I just said. Like, how did you kind of manage that with Zach? Like, did you pick up on that from him at all?
Yeah, like I picked up from it right away. I'm really big on energy and I trust my intuition a lot. So once something's telling me there's something off, I will 100% clock that with a watch or not. So with him, I knew already what his intentions were. And I definitely just wanted to keep it classy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bro, you want to have a conversation? I don't mind conversating with you, but just know that I know what's really going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching it, we were like, we feel like Zach's playing Survivor right now. Like he's like, I gotta talk to Amaya to get picked, and we were not having that. So obviously, it worked out for you
Yes.
guys. Brian, was there a part of you that was nervous Amaya wasn't gonna choose you?
I wouldn't say nervous, but just because I knew how our conversations were going and how they were flowing, I was just confident in how we felt about each other. And regarding Zach, just feel like once he seen how me and Amaya were really connecting, he really felt some type of way, and we'll obviously talk about it at the reunion.
Yeah, the reunion is coming up, and it feels like a lot needs to be said from everybody. Are you nervous for that at all? Are you coming with receipts about things? Like, what kind of energy are you two bringing to the reunion?
Yeah, I'm gonna take her quote. We're 10 toes down. Now we've got a toe missing, so we're going up the reunion 10 toes down.
I
No,
love it.
definitely not nervous. Very confident, and
Yeah.
we keep it real always.
I
So
think
Yeah.
just our personalities, we pretty much speak on everything that we don't agree on, and I think it's pretty much out there. So
yeah,
we're open to have that conversation with anybody.
Yeah. You guys ride for your friends, which I love. And I think towards the end of the season, we saw you really try and help Chris and Huda. And, it was funny to watch you try and set them up to talk and make that work. So how did you guys react when they came back and they told everyone, it's just not going to work out between us?
well, to be honest, we just want the best for them. So if that means them being happy, separated, then that's what it means, and we support that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much whatever makes them happy. She's really close to Huda, and Chris is my bro, so whatever makes them happy, we agree with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to Nick, and we heard maybe rumblings about you guys moving in together. Is that true? Is that happening? You, Chris, and Nick moving in together in LA?
Oh, and Nick's exposing it. It's just it's been a thought, but definitely not clear. Obviously, I got to talk to Maya. We're prioritizing each other, so basically basing it off that, and we'll see how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah, and both of you are East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the East Coast as well. We love it over here, obviously.
Eh,
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. But you guys are spending time in LA right now, right?
yeah. My first time in LA, so it's crazy.
Amazing. Do you guys think you'll go back home anytime soon, or do you want to try and spend some time in LA?
So I definitely do need to visit my mom and my dad. So as of right now, the time that we plan to stay here works out perfectly. But if anything, I'll definitely will be coming back to LA, especially if his schedule works out for it too.
Yeah, so I definitely plan on going home to check on my best friend, aka my mom. And obviously we want to meet each other's families, New York and Boston, so we want to do
Mhm.
that. And yeah, I'll be coming back to LA for sure, just for obvious reasons.
I love that. That's gonna be great. You guys have also talked, about winning the money, and of course they bring it down to the end. It's always suspenseful of like who if they're gonna keep it, share it. Obviously, you guys we're sharing, and you have your prize money. You've kind of talked a little bit about what you want to do with that. Can you fill in everyone listening to what you guys plan on doing with the money?
Yeah, we definitely want to invest the money, and also we have passions within ourselves. I know that she wants to do a Thanksgiving drive and really help out the people in need, which we talked about even prior, like what we want to do, like just in life. We weren't even thinking about the money. And then
Yeah.
my personal one's mental health awareness, just helping kids face their emotion and know how to deal with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And I feel like these conversations that you mentioned are amazing to hear that you guys are having that because, we're not always clued into that. We see a lot of drama, the funny stuff, but those conversations are obviously so important as well to know what's important to you guys in life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's something that we both like bonded over a lot. I feel like that shows a lot about his character. So we're very excited to like leave a positive impact on a group of community, especially people who are in need. So Thanksgiving Drive, Love Island, soon to
I
come.
love it.
Yeah, that's so great, and it's guys like paying it forward, and you guys are receiving all this love right now. How have you been managing the socials? Because I think one of the biggest things that everybody loved to point out while we were watching Amaya was like, wow. Amaya's got no one at home running her socials. She's just her last post is her last post, and that's
That's
what it is. And I think that made everyone fall in love with you even more
Mhm.
because it was like, wow, she's on Love Island and she's looking
yeah.
for love. So how has it been now? Like getting it back is like, whoa, you don't even have a warning.
Dude, it was so overwhelming, but I'm so grateful and I'm still so blessed. I mean, right now I'm still getting used to it. Like clearly I haven't been on my phone in forever. My first live ever that I have ever done in my life was on TikTok yesterday. So I definitely do want to be engaging with our extended family, our supporters. So once I get back into what is it, the row of it?
The rhythm.
The rhythm, yes. Once I get back into the rhythm of it, you guys are definitely going to be seeing me, us more. And yeah, I definitely just want to constantly show that we appreciate the love and
Mhm.
the support that we've been giving.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think we just got used to not having the phone, so now we have to get used to having the phones again.
Yeah.
So
Right. It's one extreme to the other. It's nothing to everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then also keep in mind that some people have been saying something about like my voice. Guys, I've lost my voice and I'm slowly trying to get my vocal cords back.
Mm.
Like your girl was screaming all day back.
We need vocal rest.
yeah.
Seriously.
Have you guys been in public yet? Have you experienced the public encounters?
Um,
I took a walk in Santa Monica while she was sleeping to get Chipotle, and that was my first time really seeing the support and everything. It was kind of crazy. Just look, I was on the phone with my dad, and I had to literally hang up on FaceTime because he seen it coming and got back
oh.
after that. But yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
It really is. I think, Amaya, we fell in love with all the jokes and the Amaya-isms and
Mhm.
the things you'd say. I think you need to make like an Amaya like vocab book, like something that like we'd all see because it's like it's so fun. And has there been any clips that you've watched back that you've been like, oh my god, I did not know that that's what I said?
Dive sky. What the actual helly? I was like, because I just be saying things, and I don't even think Elon corrected me. He was just like, whatever she says, I guess. Like, all right. I totally forgot that I said that. But my favorite one is Sensitive Gangster for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that really is just who I am for real.
I love it.
I
There
love
was
it.
also, when TJ showed up and you guys did the puzzle and you were like, "We build you," and then,
Oh,
but then
yes.
TJ, they kept saying it to him on his TikTok live. I don't know if you saw it. Like they kept being like, we built you," and he was like, "Guys, I don't know what this TikTok term means." Like, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's not even he doesn't even know." Like, it's so
Yo,
funny to see that all of you are now learning the things that people have been obsessing over the
that's,
entire season.
that's actually insane. Well, TJ, if you're looking at this, we build you.
I know. And it's been funny too because I think that after, your first sort of poem song moment when you were solo in the dressing room, I feel like production saw everybody just love it so much that then we started to see more and more of you doing it.
That's
How
crazy.
how often were you kind of, singing, making up your own songs, your own little pump up songs for yourself?
Dude, all the time. I think there was one moment
I
when
remember. I turned the corner and I seen her talking to herself, and I looked around like, who the hell is she talking to? And every time it started dying, and I'm like, were you just talking to yourself? That was the first time I caught that. And I started dying laughing.
She's got to pump
he
herself up.
comprehended. No, like he learned, he came up to me, he was like, "Who are you talking to?" And I was like, myself. But yeah, he didn't run away after that, so
Exactly.
No, and it is great. Like they're getting remixed on TikTok. We're getting full songs out of them, and they're great. It was such a nice thing to see because we were watching you pump yourself up. It's like wasn't even coming from outside other people. You're like, you know what? I'm looking in the mirror and I am trying my best. And
yeah, no, seriously, that's
exactly.
no thought process. Like, if nobody likes me, I like me, and I'm my own best friend. So it is
Yeah.
what it is.
And you were pumping everybody else up at points
Yeah.
too. Do you think that you were somebody that the other girls often went to kind of help them navigate what they were going through? Because I feel like that's what we saw on our end.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I definitely will always be there for my any of the girls. I'm a girls till the day I die. So I always like show them that I'm big on sistership and being real and honest with everybody. And I never went to like any beach huts speaking bad about any woman in a negative light. And if there was anything said, I always would tell them to their face. But no, like it was definitely that dynamic for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And Brian, how was your relationship with the guys? I feel like we got to know you so much more when, it kind of like dwindled down a little bit. At one
Yeah.
point, there was 20 people in the villa at one time, and there was a lot going on. But then we saw you sort of break out of your shell a little bit.
Yeah, just when there's tons of like big, we all have big personalities, so it's kind of like you pick your like conversations and stuff. But obviously with Chris, that was my brother from the start. I was with him all day yesterday, and Nick too. Nick's my guy.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know we kind of always talk about like the girls dynamic and where things clicky and all these things, but sometimes like boys can be in certain groups too, and I think like that original group of Ace, Taylor, Nick, they seemed like they were really really close. Did you have any issues with any of the guys when you came in from, after the Casa moments?
Honestly, no. I think just with so many people, you kind of get clicked up. The Casa boys kind of
Yeah.
stuck with the boys, and then the OG boys kind of stuck with the OG boys. But once it started dwindling down, like everybody just meshed together like crazy. Like I got really cool with Ace, and
Yeah.
me and Nick got super close. We had like one deep conversation that basically we talked about mental health pretty much and how to like navigate through the villa because it is tough. People don't see that.
Yeah.
That pretty much changed everything. Pep too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And I think it was so obviously it took a turn because it ended up turning into a dumping. But that meal that you guys were all able to share together, your little Thanksgiving family meal, was so sweet. You get to really see how close you guys all are and get to be. It's such a bonding experience being in the villa together. What are you looking forward to now? I know you said obviously spending time with each other and the families, but what are you excited to do like with your fellow Islanders outside of the villa?
To be honest, just probably going to the beach with them, looking at the sunset all together. and definitely to just keep on having the friendships grow stronger and stronger. I really do feel like even though we were away from our families in the villa, we all became a family in some way. So this is something that's going to live for infinitely.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
just going in, you don't have like your support system. You're going in alone, and we became our own support system. And we at that dinner, that family dinner, we were really like, this is the family. Like,
Mhm.
we'll never forget these moments, and we were really stuck up for each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as viewers, we all love to see that. And to wrap up with one last question, what's the dream date that you guys want to go on?
Gotta get Shorty her truffle pasta in New York when we get
Have
back.
to. You need that truffle pasta.
I've been
Yeah,
missing that truffle pasta.
Ah, you need to get it.
I
Well,
love it.
we hope that happens for you guys very soon, and we are so happy for you guys. Congratulations again.
Congratulations,
we can't wait
guys.
to see where things go from here. Thank you guys so much for talking with us.
Thank you guys for
appreciate
inviting
you.
us. It's
Thanks,
been
guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Nice meeting you guys.
Bye.
Bye.